We produce software platforms for controlling the management of large property portfolios, the assets within those portfolios, the programs of change that occur during the life cycle of those portfolios, and the risks and associated governance around that from a legal and a business perspective. So my role is as the business unit MD. I'm responsible for the P&L, as well as all the staff and the products that we take to market, the sales, and generally making sure that my team are delivering to the business plan that we set out. Our outsourcing decision was driven by two things. One was we had a very large bespoke project that we were currently working on, so our own internal resources we knew weren't going to be able to do what we wanted them to do. And also technical skills and capabilities. We needed an organisation that was more experienced in developing code that was multi-tenanted and more capable of delivering software as a service. We did consider other suppliers. In fact, we considered other geographical locations as well. So what we did was we went out and we looked largely initially on the web. Our belief is that any organisation that develops software should have a strong web presence. Otherwise, you're not really saying what you can do. We then looked at Eastern Europe, America, Asia, and the UK. Conversations then really extended by the fact that we realised that it was very, very difficult to work with India or Asia based on time zone problems. It was very difficult to work in the US based on time zone problems. The UK organisation from a cost perspective was prohibitive. And that kind of left us in Eastern Europe. So what we then did was we shortened down to 3 suppliers that we felt, based on the initial conversations that we'd had, as well as the professionalism of the organisation in the way that they dealt with us. And we had a number of conversations. We had some initial trial work that we asked those organisations to do, including future processing. And then the general consensus of everybody that we've been working with was that we felt that from a cultural fit perspective and from an understanding and capability perspective, FP was probably the best organisation to go with. And that was pretty much how our selection process went. It was quite rigorous, but there were a number of situations where future processing was just head and shoulders above the other people that we'd considered. We have seen some very clear benefits of working with future processing. The one that my team talk about continuously is the challenge that they set us whenever we go and say, we'd like you to develop this, and this is the way we want it to work. Future Processing's team, instead of just going, yep, okay, that's what we'll build, we'll turn around and say, why? Is that the best way? Have you thought about this? Have you considered that? And all of those things have made the relationship stronger. We certainly don't see it as questioning us. Sometimes we have to turn around and say, no, well, we have to do it like that because that's the way it works. But a lot of the time, it's helped us to build a better product. Our parent organisation is one of our largest users, and they run multi-million pound projects through our existing solution. But it is complex and difficult. So for them, the vision is that they will be able to run far more programs, far more projects, increase as the organisation increases, and far easier, far quicker for our staff and people in the field. So the biggest win for what we're building with future processing will definitely be ease of use and the flexibility to be able to use tablet devices, mobile devices, get to data faster and input data faster. So that's, for us, the critical aspect is more around making things easier, and therefore the performance improvement that we can get from that. We found working with FP has been very enlightening for our own teams, very beneficial for us as an organisation, and the initial plan was always that we would outsource our development of our major product, that we would then hand that back to our own product teams and our own support staff, and that would be kind of the end of the contract. What we've seen over the last year is that there's still an awful lot that we can learn, and there's still an awful lot that we think that future processing will be able to bring to iSite and to Stiles and Wood. So there is most definitely going to be a continuation of our involvement. Quite how and how that's structured, we've yet to define, but it will certainly be a partnership that we think is going to grow into the future. I think FP has changed the way that we think about developing software, and that's probably the key critical learning that we've had from all this. What FP brought to us was new knowledge and new dimensions in understanding the way that we wanted to take software products to market. The way that my team has worked with the FP team has been an absolute pleasure, and I think that they would all back me up with that. So it's been great to work with you guys.